Hello everyone, this is Yeshua Said My Name. I wanted to make another video today, despite how I was feeling. I received a report from my doctor today telling me after a renal scan was done that I'm still dealing with some kidney inflammation. I'm dealing with a lack of appetite and a lot of fatigue. So I really covet your prayers, please, to help me fully recover. I wanted to make another video today because I wanted to serve the Lord in season and out, just like I said yesterday. So I really covet your prayers for a full recovery. I also wanted to thank, there was a subscriber that donated $10 yesterday, and I used that to put in my gas tank. So I thank you very much for that. Like I stated yesterday, your support through Patreon or PayPal is helping me cover my expenses. So I thank you very much for that. But I still am in need of prayer to fully recover. The renal scan showed some slight kidney infection. Still some inflammation, I should say, along with a very, very low-grade fever. It's not like I'm running a high-grade fever, but it's enough to make me feel extremely fatigued. But I wanted to make another video today on something I considered important. A few moments ago, it's interesting because this morning I woke up and said, Lord, is there a video you'd like me to make today for you? And I received a message about 40 minutes ago from a woman who is a pagan, who is an Order of the Eastern Star, and she contacted me with a message on a video that the Lord had me make about 5 years ago on the Order of the Eastern Star, which is what I consider interesting because there are times, because I'm human and I have doubts, I often wonder, is this channel really making a difference? So, I think we all deal with those whispers from the enemy, are you really making a difference? Are you really serving the Lord? So I'm hoping that this channel is doing that. But the fact that she contacted me on a video that I made 5 years ago on the Order of the Eastern Star, I wanted to bring that to your attention today and ask you to please pray for this woman. I'm not going to give out her name. I'll keep her information private. But I wanted to show you some symbols from the Order of the Eastern Star. And I want to just read to you the message that she sent me, okay? Now, this is a symbol from the Order of the Eastern Star. Now, notice if you look, it says OES down at the bottom, which means Order of the Eastern Star. Notice the G in the middle. This whole star symbol, this pointed star symbol, represents the Order of the Eastern Star, which is the woman's version of Freemasonry. It is the female version of Freemasonry, which is Luciferian. Notice the G in the middle. Okay? And every Masonic lodge uses that symbol for Freemasonry. What I want to do, though, before I go back to these symbols, is read you a message that was sent to me. Okay, this is a video that I made 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And I had this message come in about 40 minutes ago, and I kept asking the Lord, what would you like me to make today, Lord? Like, what kind of video would you like me to make? And when this message came in from this woman, okay, I figured it was worth bringing to your attention because if any of you are watching this and you're a member of the Freemasonic Lodge or an Order of the Eastern Star, I'm here to tell you, please get out. It is Luciferian. And most people, including both Freemasons as well as the Order of the Eastern Star members, don't know that they're getting involved in a Luciferian agenda until they're higher up in the ranks. Okay? And I've had books given to me secretly from a Freemasonic lodge from a woman whose father was a 33rd degree Freemason. I was able to take pictures from these books. I saw the black magic they use, the white magic they use, all kinds of secrets I've taken pictures of and recorded out of these books. Now I gave her back the books so she could put them back in her father's house. Hopefully her father never knew they were missing, but she lent them to me a few years ago. So if you want to backtrack on the channel and look up those videos that I did where I exposed these Freemasonic books and the black magic that is used, please feel free to do so. Or I can also re-upload them as new videos to this channel for those of you who are new subscribers so you can see this. But I had my hands on books that were never supposed to leave the lodge. And the black magic and the Luciferianism that was contained within these books is utterly astounding. And the Order of the Eastern Star is no different. And when people are recruited into Freemasonry or the Order of the Eastern Star, they're told that these are just nice little clubs that people can be involved in. This is not so. Okay, it's Luciferian. Anyway, without delving into the name of this person that sent me this message about 40 minutes ago, she says, I am a polytheistic pagan and a tarot card reader and a psychic, and am an Eastern Star. My religious beliefs are different than yours. I worship a goddess called Hecate, and that is spelled capital Hekate. That's Hekate. And I don't know if I'm mispronouncing this, Hecate, but she says she worships this goddess and that she's an Order of the Eastern Star. She's a psychic and a tarot card reader. She says here, when I was initiated, now here, I want you to pay attention to this. When I was initiated, okay, I never felt such darkness. Now let's hold it right there for a moment. When she was first initiated into the Order of the Eastern Star, she said she never felt such darkness. Now that sounds a lot like a lot of ex-Freemasons I've heard from. A lot of gentlemen have written my P.O. box or emailed me and told me when I first joined the lodge, I never knew how evil it was until I started getting into the upper echelons, 32nd, 33rd degree Freemasonry, before I began to understand how dark and evil and Luciferian this system really was. So just like Freemasonry, these Eastern Star initiates have no idea what they're getting involved in until much later on, and she just said this to me here. When I was initiated, I never felt such darkness. The Eastern Stars are kind people, but I felt so many, she put in all caps, low vibrational entities within the chapter. Now let me read that from beginning to end for you, all right, without using her name. I'm a polytheistic pagan and a tarot card reader psychic, and I'm an Eastern Star. There you go right there. Now this is coming from someone who is an Eastern Star. My religious beliefs are different than yours. I worship a goddess called Hecate. When I was initiated, I never felt such darkness. The Eastern Stars are kind people, but I felt many low vibrational entities within the chapter. Entities, demonic entities. These entities are involved in Freemasonry. They're involved in the Order of the Eastern Star. Here, let me show you that symbol again real quick before I come up. But this is an Order of the Eastern Star symbol, but look at the G in the middle. It is the female version of Freemasonry. If you have women in your churches trying to recruit you, have nothing to do with it. You can't mix oil and water. You can't sit at the table with Christ and have fellowship with him and be a part of this Luciferian agenda called Order of the Eastern Star or Freemasonry. The two don't mix, okay? And I'm here to warn you to stay away from it. Stay away from it. But notice the G in the middle. Exactly like it says OES down here, Order of the Eastern Star, and here's the G for the Freemasonry. Now, when I was doing, or the Lord allowed me, I should say, to teach a discipleship training class years ago, there was a gentleman that knew that I was on to him being a Freemason, and I actually confronted him over it once. In love, but I confronted him. Well, his wife didn't like that, and she joined my class. And she would deliberately sit in on my class to listen to me expose Freemasonry and the Order of the Eastern Star. And her husband used to pass by my classroom and literally glare at me as he walked by. He would just glare at me as he walked by. And I would look right back, like, can I help you? You know, you ain't intimidating me because you're trying to stare me down and make me stop, you know. So the whole thing of it is I'm here to warn you in love. Stay away from these organizations. The Order of the Eastern Star is no different than Freemasonry. It's just the female version. I showed you the graphic with the G in the middle, okay, for the great architect that Freemasons call it. She admitted to you that she's a pagan. She worships a pagan goddess that she didn't know in the beginning that such darkness existed, and now she does. And she says now she's encountering these entities and doesn't know what to do about it. So I'm asking for prayer for this person. Unless she gives me permission to share her name, the Lord knows who she is, so I'm asking you for prayer for her, okay? But this is just yet another video warning. This just came into me today, and it's interesting because I just asked the Lord, what would you have me make today, Lord? What video would you have go out today? And when this message came in today, I thought, okay, maybe this is the Lord's leading. So please take this as a loving warning, not a hateful warning, a loving warning. Forsake these entities. Get out of the Order of the Eastern Star. Forsake the Freemasonic lodges, okay? I've read you testimony of men that have sent me messages that have said they've left the lodges. I've shared that with you on this channel. So if you're a new subscriber, please backtrack and read over those videos. watch those videos and see what these men have to say. I've shared all this. So this is yet another testimony of a woman who seems like she's beginning to feel disturbed by these entities that she's running into, being a part of the Order of the Eastern Star. So this is a loving warning, please. I'm not saying this to hate you. I'm not saying this to sound like I'm condemning. I'm not, because my own sins that I've committed, I deserve to be separated from Christ for eternity. It's only by God's grace and his mercy that I'm saved by his grace. Okay, not by works of righteousness that I have done, but because he chose to have mercy on me. Okay, and you can have that same mercy if you call on the name of Yeshua, call on the name of Jesus, and ask him to cause you to repent, to come out of these systems. You can't mix oil and water. You can't sit at the table with demons and entities and yet have fellowship with Christ. Please pray for this person to be delivered. And again, ending on another note, I thank you for those of you who are praying for me. I'm still trying to recover. I still feel extremely weak. I feel very tired. I'm having a difficult time eating properly. I'm trying to take in a lot of liquid calories right now. It's just, I need a lot of rest. And I got a call from my doctor today stating that there's still some inflammation going on. So, but I'm trying to persevere, and I want to continue to do what God has called me to do as long as he gives me breath to do it. But I want to thank you for your support. I thank you for your fellowship, and hopefully more to come soon, Lord willing. But please heed my warning. Take this message coming in today from this woman from the Eastern Star as something that God put in my path on purpose. Psalm 139 says, all of our days were written in God's book before one came to be, which means this didn't happen by mistake. God is sovereign. The fact that this came into me today, after a video I made 5 years ago on the Order of the Eastern Star, that says something to me, and I wanted to share it with you guys today. So thank you to my patrons. Thank you to, I had a subscriber donate $10 yesterday. Thank you. I put it in my gas tank. And I thank you so much for that, because I was down to like one little line left before I ran out on E. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate your love, your prayers. If you feel led to share your testimony in my P.O. Box address, I'll put that down in the description section. Please contact me if you feel led. You don't know if your testimony might affect someone for eternity. Okay? Here's a video I made 5 years ago. And I question sometimes and say, is anything I'm doing making a difference, Lord? Am I saying anything on this channel that's really making a difference? Well, hey, 5 years ago, this video was made and God brought this across my path today, so possibly it is. So I pray for your prayers for this channel, that it'll reach people. I continue to covet your prayers for my health, and that the Lord continue to give me the wisdom to continue making these videos and expose the deeds of darkness, Ephesians 5:11. God bless you, and Lord willing, more to come soon.